What's going on, everybody? D-style boxing here. Listening in here, just give me a moment. This is unbelievable. I'm not exactly sure what this should have accomplished for us as fans. I just don't know what PBC Fight Night on Fox is accomplishing for boxing fans. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not. But, and I mean this sincerely, I'm not speaking as D-style boxing here. I'm not speaking as as the analyst or host of shows or podcasts. I'm just speaking as a boxing fan. That's it. Somebody who wants boxing to succeed. I don't cheer for any networks like a lot of you out there with pom-poms. I just want boxing to succeed. I just want boxing to be. I just want boxing to be. I just want boxing to be successful. This was not a successful night. It just wasn't. This is Fox. This is network TV. You're going to get an audience. Like, period. For people that don't have cable or don't got any provider with a YouTube TV, for everybody, like all those people, this is like a lot of people. It's an opportunity to make fans. I mean, for what they paid Plant, you can get a bunch of club level fighters and have them thump on TV. And you will see blood, sweat, and tears. You will see knockdowns. They may not the highest level of boxing, but that's not the point. Nobody wanted to see Caleb Plant versus Caleb Truax. Nobody. Nobody wanted to see this fight. Nobody asked for this fight. Nobody demanded for this fight. And the fight that has to happen, guess what? You tell Plant, you know what, Plant? We're going to put in the undercard of another event. See, let's see what Plant says.
Early in the fight, and maybe a little bit hesitant at times, but I still feel like I put on a great performance, and I didn't get touched early. I feel like I put on a great performance. I'm happy.
Most definitely. Do you think it's broken?
I think so.
Huh.
I think so.
At what point in was it the first round or the?
It was about maybe a third of the way through, sometime in there. I can't remember.
I think I kind of hurt my hand. I kind of don't remember when it happened.
Champion. Now let's look ahead to 2021. Everyone wants to know what's next for Caleb Plant. We've talked about it. Canelo Alvarez was not in the landscape the last time you walked to the ring. He is out, and he's talking about unifying. He has to go through you to do that.
He was in the landscape. What are you talking about?
For you? That's my goal. You know what I'm saying? I want to become the first undisputed super middleweight champion of all time. And so whoever's in the way of that, it doesn't matter. You line them up, I'll knock them down right here on Fox.
How do you match up against Canelo?
As I said before, I feel like I'm the best super middleweight in the world. So like I said, who is ever in the way of me becoming the first undisputed champion, you line them up, I'll knock them down.
Like I said before.
Are you happy with this performance tonight?
I wanted the stoppage. I'm a little disappointed that my hand got hurt early on in the fight. And
all right, ladies and gentlemen, his hand got hurt. So he said, my hand got hurt. I don't know when. I think a little bit hurt. I think it's someone got hurt, I think. Like, well, what does that even mean? Either your hand is hurt or isn't, dude. Like, what are you talking about? He's just embarrassed. He couldn't take this dude out. That's all it is. At the end of the day, you're just embarrassed. You couldn't take this dude out. You look like trash. I would be the first ever undisputed. All right? Okay. What's next for Caleb Plant? What's next for Caleb Plant? Says Sonteo. Shout out to Nopal. Shout out to all you guys. Thank you for joining me on this very last second video. I appreciate it. Look, man, I feel like I just watched a trash performance. I'm sorry. It was trash. There's no other way to put it. You know how you were supposed to look. And if you call yourself, and by the way, Plant's the one that said he's the guy of the division. He said, I don't know why everybody's talking about Canelo. I don't know why people still keep bringing up Benavidez' name. When I'm the guy. I'm the big dog. That's what he said. He said he was a big dog. Plant said he was a big dog with the big cojones. That's what he said. That's what he said. He said the big dog. We let a little dog stroll into your yard and you just barked at him over and over again. And he didn't leave the yard. He stayed there for 12 rounds. An old, washed up dog. But you're the big dog? He's the big dog. I'm the big dog. Me, I'm the big dog. And don't think I'm being overcritical, because you know that the big dog said a lot of things about other fighters all the time. He had a lot to say about Canelo versus Smith. I don't even know. You guys really sure Plant could beat Smith? You really sure about that? I'm not sure about that, like a lot of you are. I think it's a 50-50 fight, to be honest with you. Just because Canelo made Smith look like the little dog doesn't mean he wasn't the big dog. I'm the big dog. Me, I'm the big dog. That's me. If you're gonna say shit like I'm the big dog, yo soy el perro grande. I'm the chiludo one. I'm the big dog. Me. Like, if you're gonna say shit like that, you gotta put on a better performance against a Caleb Truax. You just have to. If you're gonna be saying you're the big dog. I'm the big dog. I'm the big dog. Me, I'm the big dog. That's what he calls himself, the big dog. The big dog Plant. Sweet hands Plant. Now, he won the fight. He won virtually every round. I'm not saying he didn't, but he said he's a big dog. He said all roads lead to Caleb Plant. This guy's talking like, oh, Dave Benavidez don't deserve to be in the ring with me, and Canelo's got to fight when I want to fight, and he breathes when I breathe, and I own the air, Canelo breathes, and I'm the big dog in the yard, and Canelo, you know what I mean? Like, if you're going to talk like that, if you're going to talk like that, press my like button, ladies and gentlemen. Smith Caleb Plant got it. That game boxing, how's it going? The GOAT. What happened to GOAT? But I will tell you, he couldn't pull the trigger, the GOAT. You guys noticed Truax couldn't pull the trigger, but he still landed some right hands. And I saw him land a beautiful uppercut, you know, when he was able, you know. Did you guys see the corner? They had to put DW40 like on the joints of Truax, bro. He was a little rusty. Like, you know, like all old and shit. Or, you know, arthritis and shit. They had to get some arthritis like cream. That wasn't Vaseline. That was arthritis cream to go out there and manage to throw some punches. And he landed an uppercut. And you know what I kept picturing? Because this is what I do. This is what you should do as a boxing fan. Whenever you watch a fighter against another fighter, right? Watch what even the guy getting beat is doing well. Right? Because everybody concentrates, like, well, he's getting, we all understand he was losing every round. I get all that, right? But watch what they're doing well and ask yourself, What if that was, X guy, in this case, Canelo? What if that was Canelo? And I asked myself, well, what if that was Canelo? Because Canelo would be landing more of those uppercuts, a lot more viciously. And oh my God, sweet hand. I thought he had sweet hands. Nice broken hand all of a sudden. Right? Hurt hands. Caleb Hurt Hands Plant. Get the weed eater out, folks. That's what Canelo's gonna do. This plant's getting a little too big in the yard. You're not the dog of the yard. You're the plant in the yard. All right? Okay, acabe con plant. It's going to be Canelo. Right? The weed eater is coming. Understand that. The weed eater is coming. It's going to be like a weed eater against that annoying ass plant, right? Right next to the porch. Time for Caleb Plant to get knocked the hell out. Man, Canelo's got to be looking at that and saying, oh my God, this is easy work. Easy work. I mean, this performance was so bad that when Canelo beats him, they're going to refer to this fight to say, well, who did Plant ever beat? I mean, he didn't even look good against Truax. That's how bad this performance was. That's how bad this performance was. The boxing historian, he don't got a shot against Canelo. None. You don't think he could hurt Canelo when he couldn't get Truax out of there? And he didn't look that good in the last fight against that German cat. He didn't look that good in that fight. He did a little better, but, I mean, anyone can hurt anyone in a boxing ring. So that's whatever to me. There's always a quote-unquote chance. Nothing's 100%, right? Shout out to the milk car. But Plant's not a puncher, bro. He's not. I'll fill you guys in on my margin of error theory, right? It's one of the things I use to kind of try to measure how I think a fight's going to go. It's not the only thing I use. I use several factors, but the margin of error theory, I always ask myself, who has a smaller margin of error in the fight and who has a bigger margin of error? And what I mean by that is like I don't think Plant can make that many mistakes against Canelo. I just don't. Like that dude's going to have fight as perfect as possible and limit the amount of times Canelo cracks him. Whereas Canelo, I think, has a bigger margin of error with Plant, which means he could take more chances, which means his options are more open, and so even he doesn't have to have as much of a perfect fight as Plant, right? So with using that margin of error logic, which is, again, I use that in Teofimo Lopez against Lomachenko fight. I've used it in several fights, okay? And what I can tell you right now, Caleb Plant's margin of error is so small, right? Like he's in trouble against Canelo. I'm just going to tell you that right now, because honestly, the type of perfect fight he's going to have against the Canelo, he can't do it. He can't. Like, you really think he's going to have a picture-perfect round every round? No. He's got that long torso. Canelo's going to get on the inside. Plant can't fight for shit on the inside. The more and more I watch him fight, he's got to create space. And you know what? He's got a really good jab. I won't take that away from Plant, but I don't even know if it's better than Smith's, though. Smith had a good jab, too, but so, look, Plant did his thing. He won, but he said it was the big dog. So if you say you're the big dog, I'm going to judge you like you're the big dog. They paid, if I'm not mistaken, they paid Caleb Plant $500,000 for this fight. Not to mention whatever they paid Truax. I don't know how much they paid him, but if I'm not mistaken, let me tell you something. You can get $500,000, right? You can get 6 action fighters. You don't have to get the elite of the elite. Just get 6 dudes that you know are going to come to thump. And you can make 3 awesome fights that will have people on the edge of their seats, and it will have people say, hey, this boxing shit's not that bad. Those fights are good. Let me see what else is going on in the boxing world. I mean, PBC, basically, Al Heyman and PBC are given an infomercial slot to showcase boxing, pretty much. None of this comes out of pocket for Al Heyman. Like, Fox is paying him, right? None of it comes out of pocket for Al Heyman. So they basically got an infomercial spot to promote the sport, to showcase boxing. And they gave us trash. That's what they gave us. That's what they gave us. Nothing but trash. And they keep doing it over and over and over again. They keep doing this to boxing. It hurts everybody. You know what I mean? Sometimes the ability to take out the body will be worse for Canelo than Plant. There's no doubt in my mind that Billy Joe Saunders is a tougher fight for Canelo. None. He's a tougher fight. I think Canelo beats both of them. Don't get me wrong, but that's a tougher fight. The answer is nobody, King. Nobody wants to see that, but I can guarantee you. Like here's the difference between Plant and Canelo. When a guy doesn't belong in the ring with Canelo, he gets him out of there. All right? That's what he does. That's what he does, point blank.
Sorry about that.
Point blank.
His toothbrush is the red one in the plexiglass case under the UV light.
He's going to fight Yildirim 2 months after beating somebody who you could argue is better than Plant.
Funny expression.
And he'll be fighting again in May. Likely against Billy Joe Saunders. How about that, King? What do you think of that? Soda Popinski versus Plant. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that character, man. I remember that character. Mike Tyson's Punch Out. The jab's too much for Plancha Lopez. Puerto Rican Rum says, why is PBC putting their worst cards on free network TV? I don't know. All these fights, every single last one of them belong in dark matches or on the undercards of some other bigger fights. That's the way it is. For whatever reason, PBC feels that, hey, Plant, they can make the star out of him. He's got some buzz over there in Nashville and all that. But, I mean, with a performance like that, man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're not going to create fans like that. So it is what it is. King says Callum Smith and Saunders are both bums. Average at best, says King Mukulu. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you call I really want attention. That's what this is called. Like, I really want attention and I really want it now. Well, there you go. All right? You got it. All right, shout out to Maestro A. He'll be live on my channel Monday, bro. Exclusive Maestro A here on D-Style Boxing Live. Coming on a computer, tablet, smartphone. Hey, even smart TVs now near you. Solo Bexel does put on better fights on PBC. I'd rather watch La Flaca fight her next fight on PBC than some of the shit they're putting here. I'll tell you that right now. Have PR person Noemi Green sending me videos of some of the prospects she's got. Like some of those highlights are better than some of the shit I saw right now. I'm gonna go catch up on Christy Martin's card because I bet you anything they had better fights than the trash I saw today. I told y'all watch Christy Martin instead. I didn't follow my own damn self's advice. I don't know, Savage. I don't understand either. At all. Chen with Ice in the building. Boxing Dialogue in the building. Hit my like button. The coach says, I miss Solo Boxeo Tocate. Friday nights, good old days. I miss Friday night fights. I don't understand why ESPN doesn't bring back Friday night fights. I don't. It wasn't that expensive. It had a cult following. Got the best ratings on ESPN too. I'm not saying that says a lot, but it did for a while. They would get about 400, 500,000 viewers, but it was not expensive. It was not the big names. And if it was appropriate to put a big name in the showcase fight there. Once in a while, you'll see a Zab Judah there some, Once in a while, Floyd Mayweather will show up, in the studio, and they'll talk about the big fights, and you saw prospects, up-and-comers, over the hill guys, but against like journeymen, and you saw journeymen against up and comers, and once in a while, like you would see like prospects pass tests, and then you'll see prospects not pass the test. Like there's so many prospects out there, they don't all pass the test, and seeing if they're going to pass it or not was fun to watch. Drunken Master would like beat up some dude that was supposed to be a big shot. Boom. Well, I guess he wasn't. Every prospect has that fight where they're like, you know what? Time to find out if you're for real. And they would put those on ESPN too. It was a journey. Because the way it worked was, you would be with a smaller promoter or whatever. You'd be fighting on ESPN 2. And then you would graduate to Boxing After Dark. Maybe Showbox before that, then Boxing After Dark, and then Championship Boxing on either Showtime or HBO. HBO is considered the bigger one, and then from there you would maybe make it as a pay-per-view star or something. They used to have a system in place back then, and everything's all over the fucking place now, right? Makes no sense. You got a title fight with prospects, and then two nobodies, and it's all over the place now. You got a mix of like Showbox level and Boxing After Dark level and ESPN 2 level and Solo Boxeo level and undercard of like little pay-per-view level like fights all mixed together in one. It's a big cluster fuck is what it is. Right? That's what boxing is right now. It's a big cluster fuck, and everybody knows it. Shout out to Tony Boswell. Appreciate your membership, of course. You guys can support D-Style Boxing for just 99 cents a month. That's it. 99 cents a month. That helps pay for the StreamYards. It helps pay for, the equipment, headsets, the time to create the backgrounds, all that. So it helps support the channel. 99 cents a month, right? The water I drink during the show, like everything. So don't be scared to join the channel. Guido, how's it going, man? Yeah, I ain't going to do shit. He ain't going to do shit. HCP, you know me. What's going on, everybody? Who's down with HCP? Can somebody? Who's down with HCP? I want to know. Tell me in the chat if you're down with HCP. Can't wait to see Canelo clean up 168. These guys don't understand the greatness in front of them, says Savage. Let me tell you something, man. They're not ready for this shit at all. At all. Right? Canelo's moving too fast for a lot of these motherfuckers. All the motherfuckers moving slow as them, like turtles and shit. They're moving slow. They've been trying to build up Benavidez versus Plant, and we got to marinate that fight. You know what I mean? For sure. Dude's talking about killing each other and putting each other in the hospital, and gassing everybody up, but the fight doesn't happen. You know what I mean? It's all talk. Canelo's showing up. Yo, you know what? You know what? Let me just beat the fuck out of all of you, and I'll take all the fucking belts. How about that? All right? Se pasiguan o los pasigo. That's what Canelo came and did, bro. Right? Latino kids know exactly what I'm talking about. Misbehaving and shit with your cousins and not listening, and uncle or dad would come, hey, se pasiguan or los pasigo. You knew what the fuck that meant. You knew exactly what the fuck that meant. You don't behave your ass, I'll beat your ass. Right? You understand? Canelo showed up. O se pasiguan o los pasigo. He said, you know what? I'm going to wait for you motherfuckers to sell your storyline. What is this, WWE? They're trying to turn our sport into WWE. Like, oh, we got to marinate the storyline. The story we're selling is that Jose Benavidez was beefing with Caleb Plant at a boxing gym, and they pushed each other. And Plant threw a punch, you see. So the heat's been boiling ever since. Because Plant was trying to pick a fight with little old Jose Benavidez. But now the big Benavidez is going to defend his brother. He's going to put him in a hospital. And they're going to do it. It's going to be so personal. I'm going to do it in hell, in a cell. Like, get the fuck out of here. You guys going to fight or not? That's boxing, bro. Remember those dudes that would argue like during lunch? Talking about, I'll see you after school. You know what? I'm going to beat your ass. I'm going to meet you in the playground, and you better fucking be there. Like, oh, shit. It's going to go down, ladies and gentlemen, right? Final bell. You know what I mean? Everybody walks out. You rush over to the playground. You know what I mean? My little Billy over there is already in his mom's car. What the fuck's going on? I thought you two were going to fight. What happened? Well, little Johnny didn't show up either. Well, he ducked me, and I was going to fight him, but my mom showed up, and get the fuck out of here. That's what's going on here, man. But it's not moms picking up the kids. It's the promoters and the managers picking up the kids and shit. Picking up the fighter. Like, no, not right now. We're not ready. We're going to marinate this shit. We're ready for this shit now. Like PBC swears, like Plant Benavidez, what's going to be like a $4 million, like $1 million buy, pay-per-view event. Like, are you fucking shitting me? Just do the event, bro. Just make the fight. Just do that, dude. We don't got time for this nonsense. We don't got time for this bullshit. Ignorant boxing in the building. Chris M in the building. How's it going? Wrathful boxing. Tonight's fight was a snooze fest. Batista, you got to understand. It's a science. No. He said he was the big dog. Caleb Plant said, I'm the big dog. Yo soy el perro grande. Okay. Why didn't he look like the big dog? He did not look like a big dog at all, actually. He just looked like an average dog. Yeah. Well, I hurt my hand, I think. I hurt my hand a little, I think. Like, what? When? Somewhere in the beginning of the fight. Like, okay. Okay, Plant. Still making fists and like must he's making fists and like rubbing his hands together during the interview. I hurt my hand. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. You're shitting me right now. Neutral Natural, how's it going? So it's time. So it is time for boxing to clean itself up. It is time if we're going to put fights. If we're going to be putting fights on Fox, man, make it worthwhile. We're going to showcase to do that. At least, give me something good. At the very least. At the very least, do that for me. Champ Ross, how's it going? Kilo 404. BD. Neutral Natural, I agree. Caleb Plant failed to step on the gas pedal when necessary. Absolutely. He couldn't get his man out of there. JC 404 says Plant looked great for the first half of the Ukakini fight. Not since then. Ukakaksi. We got Nadeem, Subdies down chat, long time. Glad I caught this. What's going on from the future in Australia? What's going on, Big Dog Willie? I appreciate the support. Love, man. And look, and I say that I keep the same energy when Top Rank puts on crap cards, right? I said the same thing. The receipts are out there. When the Zone has put on crap cards, I say the same thing. I always say the same thing. The disappointment comes with the fact that this is a great opportunity to showcase boxing and create new fans for the sport. The more fans you create, the more money that's generated, because fans are money. Simple as that. Simple as that. Chief fucking 1992 is the best Royal Rumble event ever. Ric Flair. You're not lying. Really good one for sure. I think the one, I'm going to say the name. It is what it is. I think the one that Crispin Wall won was probably the best one. But hey, I'll give you that one just to not say the name. The card sucks. It did. Trap Pals boxing in the building. By the way, guys, whatever beefs y'all have with others and all, I don't care. I'm just going to tell you guys right now. It is what it is. You know what I mean? As simple as that. I'm just here to talk about sale. You know what I mean? The GOAT Carl Frotch out of retirement beats plan. Whoa. I don't know. I mean, he's been out of it for a while, guys. You know? The fake noise. Oh, my God. I'm glad you mentioned that. Hey, Brotherhood, I said that. He won every round. But he said it was the big dog, he said. He's like, I'm the big dog. Like, I'm going to, like, he was talking about how he's like, oh, this guy tried to take everything from me. It's all I have. And all roads lead to Caleb Plant. And he just got to do more. He's got to do more than that. Sorry. Truax couldn't even pull the trigger. He looked like a shot fighter to me. He did. The fake crowd noise. They're pumping in the fake crowd noise. Like, what the? Like, while they're throwing combinations, like somebody is literally pressing the crowd noise. What's going on over here? Like, why? Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Or do what the WWE does. Have like the monitors with people on it. And just go from that or something. Right? Nadeem! I'm not putting this on Caleb Plant or the PBC. It just happened to be the final hurdle for me. I'm done with matchups that have a foregone conclusion. Outcomes like this. Thank you. Thank you. Absolutely. Carl Frotch out of town. I don't know about that one, but I hear you. The Brotherhood, I don't know who wins against Plant versus Smith. I don't know. I think Smith easily handles Truax. I think we could all agree with that, right? I think Smith has an easy time. He probably wins every round against Truax, too. So, It's an interesting fight. But I guess Smith's going to move up anyway. Probably getting eaten up by Better Beef or something. Yes, Chris, that is NBT. I don't know if he wanted to keep his identity secret or something, so that's why I didn't say it, but you said it, so. But shout out to NBT Boxing. Well, by the way, everybody thinks it's a coincidence, and now that it looks like Australia has a stud, all of a sudden, like the reincarnation of Costa Tzu in Tim Tszyu, his son, is now emerging as one of the top contenders at 154. You know what I mean? About to beat the crap out of Hogan. All of a sudden, NBT Boxing comes back. That can't be a coincidence now. You know what I mean? Like that's what I think. That's my theory. I do believe it was a trash fight. That is my opinion. Whoever does not feel it's a trash fight, you can say it's not a trash fight if you want. If you thought tonight's card was great, like if you believe that tonight's card was awesome and the main event was the shit and Plant looked like the shit, you know what I mean? And like it was awesome, it was good for boxing, then hey, that's your opinion. You know what I mean? That's how you feel. I disagree with you, but don't get mad if people agree with me in saying that the fight's trash. That the event was crap. That's all I'm saying. Sierra Basura. So Boxing Today 2 in the house. How's it going? You know what I mean? The heavyweight fight probably was the best fight of the night. I'll give you that. I agree with that. 404, you read my mind. I feel exactly the same. I don't know how Plant, I don't know if Plant can keep Benavidez off of him. I think Benavidez can, I think he has faster hands than Plant, right? I think Plant has faster feet, but, oh man, that's interesting. I don't know, pressure, bust, pipes. And that would be a lot of pressure. Okay? A lot. I don't know if Plant can take that pressure. I'm going to be honest with you. Trap Pals Boxing in the building. Kevin the Carrot in the building. PBC's Basura, says Guido. Yeah, that's his opinion. He thinks it's trash. It's how he feels. People are allowed to feel however they want to feel on this channel. Right? Tonight's card was trash. That's for sure. In all seriousness, though, man, shout out to NBT Boxing, man, for sure. Benavidez will break Plant with pressure, man. While boxing is story, I think we do agree that the heavyweight division could, but I think there's some up-and-comers. I think it's better than it was a couple years ago in terms of entertainment and stuff like that. Like you know what I mean? Like it's picking up. And I think a lot of athletes need to be looking at the money that Fury, Wilder, like they got to be looking at the headlines and the money that they made. They got to be looking at the money Joshua's making. Like even Klitschko, they got to be looking at that and saying to them, like, a lot of these like guys that are like in their mid-teens, late teens, need to consider maybe implementing boxing at the very least as a workout, training a little bit of boxing while you're trying to get that scholarship, while you're trying to get into the NFL or something like that. And in case you don't get drafted, you could pursue boxing. Like they have to. They just gotta, man. All right. But they gotta start a little early just to get that get a little more fluid, to get, a little more used to, the ring and stuff. But they gotta be looking at that. It's a lot of money to make in boxing, man. People can say what they want, but the top boxers in the world make a lot of money. Okay? Like Plant today, made $500,000 on one night, like one night's work. That's a lot of money for one night of work, right? Granted, let's say it's 3 months because of the training camp and all that. It's still a lot of money, like at the end of the day. Take me like at least, I would say about 6-7 years to make 500,000. So you can do the math, all right? At the end of the day, so one night of work. So there's money to make in boxing. So, and the same goes for other positions. Like there's a lot of corners, a lot of wide receivers. People make fun of guys like Porter, but guess what, man? Like he boxed, and look, obviously his football career didn't go anywhere, but yeah, boxing, as something that he did do, and he did practice, and he's doing very well for himself. All right, implement it. Boxing is a good cardio workout anyway. Jumping rope and the speed bag and hitting mitts, all that's really good cardio anyway. Just implement it in your training anyway. Just implement it anyway from a young age. It doesn't have to be your first option, but I'm just saying, right? And a lot of these programs from Team USA, you name it, man. A lot of these, gyms should be open to that. I'm telling you, a lot of money to be made. Anyway, I went on a tangent about that, but Gabriel Sato will not be Plant the GOAT. I wouldn't mind seeing it though. I think Daniel Jacobs has a pretty decent shot against Plant. I would favor Plant right now, but I think Danny Jacobs can win. Plant might have an issue with him switching, you know what I mean? And then, man, that'll be a hard fight to score, bro. I'm going to tell you right now. They go super cat, mimicking boxing workout, give me a strong core, implement boxing workouts, I think a lot of like college coaches and stuff like that run football and basketball programs, implement some boxing for cardio. And you always have that to fall back on, just talk to your athletes and say, look, in case you don't make it to the NFL, I want to start you with this, blah, 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 and go from there. You know what I mean? Although I think they should start earlier than college, but it is what it is. Claudio Morriel, how's it going? Jacob is washed. Well, I mean, look, brother, I'm not saying it should be his first option, but I'd rather see Plant fight Canelo, Benavidez, even a Smith, before fighting Jacobs. Don't get me wrong. Jacobs was, people forget. I mean, you're right. I mean, he did almost lose to Gabriel Rosado, and some people scored it for Rosado. And yeah, he looked that good he was losing in Chavez Jr. until Chavez Jr. just quit. I had Chavez Jr. up in that fight. So I think Jacobs was taking over. I think he would have won, but at that point he was losing. Trap House Boxing is done with Danny Jacobs. That's exactly what Nate Campbell said on the roundtable. I am done. I don't want to watch this dude no more. Here's the thing, man. When you're like when you're not an action fighter, when you're not in the most exciting fights, you better win. Because the moment you lose, ain't nobody going to want to see you. Because why would they want to see you? Why would they watch? For what? For what reason? Thank you, Vanya. Some migrant children who were apprehended at the U.S. Mexico. So, what I was thinking though, I don't know, man. Like a lot of corners, like a lot of defensive players in football should probably hit mitts and stuff. Look, man, I'm telling you. I think I seen like football players punch balls out of the hand of running backs, and you never know, man. It might help with that hand-eye coordination to punch balls out and you know what I mean, shit like that. I'm just saying. Okay. From far back then would have beaten Plant. Oh, I don't know. The GOAT just doesn't like Plant. You know what I mean? The GOAT had Truax beating Plant before the fight. So that tells you everything. But hey, it's how he feels. You know, we don't censor people. It's how he feels. All right? PBC should have been sued for putting that card on tonight, man. But some training from certain sports can't cross over, so super bad. I got you. Yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah. In Billy Joe at that same performance versus Lemieux, it was called Master Class. I think he's responding to somebody. Paid from March 8th, I'm hearing for Tater Ramirez. Paid? What do you mean? Pending date, I think you mean? Yeah, I've been telling people Ramirez Tater's coming, guys. Man, that's gonna be fun. The lead up to that's gonna be very similar to the lead up to Lomachenko versus Theo here on HCP. Very similar lead up, I'm telling you. I think we're gonna hear a lot of the same shit, and it's gonna be a very similar result. I'm just telling you right now. Charlo or Plant, right now I actually think Charlo has a really good shot. I would say it's about a 50-50 fight right now, but Billy Joe has been living on the Lemieux for 3 years. He has. Canelo KO's Benavidez in a firefight. They both get hurt, but Canelo's more seasoned, says the GOAT. Yeah, for sure. Anyways, guys, I was just supposed to come on for a little bit. I appreciate you guys coming on. Don't miss the show on Tuesday. Hispanics, causing panic. It's going to be on Tuesday. We have a new start time, and I'll put the banners out for it, but it'll be 9 p.m. Eastern time. Hit that bell button so you get the notification, okay, when we go live. And don't depend on YouTube. You should already know that Tuesday and Thursdays on this channel for sure, we go live, right, for HCP and the Roundtable. You should already know that. Same times every week, right? So the Roundtable is 8 p.m. Eastern. We're going to start doing 9 p.m. for HCP on Tuesdays now, okay? And Thursdays, the Roundtable. And then HCP Uncensored on Chief Funky's channel. So subscribe to Chief Funky 84. Hit the bell button. And then, of course, tomorrow, Maestro right? That's 5 p.m. Eastern time. Don't miss that and all that good stuff, man, okay? Make sure you guys understand that. You don't need – I keep hearing, Batista, I didn't get the notification from YouTube. So if YouTube doesn't send you a notification that it's time for you to eat, are you going to starve? That's what's going to happen or what? If PBC doesn't tell you, hey, man, it's time to drink some water, are you just going to, dehydrate yourself to death? Huh? Does YouTube need to, hold your hand? Is this like Hootie and the Blowfish or what? Hold my hand. Is that what this is? No, you don't need YouTube. You should already know. Now, Grant, press it anyway in case you forget now. Don't get me wrong, but you should already know when HCP goes live. You should already know when the Roundtable goes live. You should already know when Uncensored is going to go. I already talked to you fucking. You know what? We gotta keep doing it at the same time every week so the people know. You know what I mean? Simple as that. All right. And with that, a shout out to D. Jefferson, Speaker Mind Sports Talk. Make sure you guys subscribe again. Okay. So shout out to you, man. HCP Uncensored on my channel. Absolutely, says Chief Funky. I want to hold your hand. I want to hold your hand. That's YouTube. Because I will only tell you something that I want you to see. Because I like to, put D-Style on the blacklist. I want to hold your hand. No holding. No, don't stop, okay? Anyway, I believe it's the 1-year anniversary of Black and Brown Boxing. Shout out to him. Congratulations on a year. I see YouTube channels that come and go, man. They last a couple of months, and then they leave. You know what I mean? And all that good stuff. But so congratulations on making it a year and contributing to this boxing world and watching these young guns on on the zone and getting back into boxing and contributing your thoughts to the world. That's always a good thing. So shout out on 1 year, and make sure you guys check him out tonight, man. Check out Black and Brown Boxing tonight. I'm not sure what time it goes on. He's in the chat. He could post it in the chat. Okay. And with that said, this is D-Style Boxing. Make sure you keep it boxing. I'm out.